In last week's episode, the entire crypto market was in the green, but I told you guys that we weren't out of the woods yet. With Bitcoin having to yet break a significant level, we needed to be cautious if we were entering into the market, because what Bitcoin does, the rest of the market does. So since Bitcoin hadn't crossed that particular level yet, one had to be cautious when getting into the market. So as we can see this week, barring Bitcoin having crossed that particular level, Bitcoin eventually crashed back towards $39,000. So in this week's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin's price potential for the rest of this week. I'm also going to be taking a look at the other markets as well and seeing how low this market could go. Alright, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. As we can see, Bitcoin currently sits at $40,000 and it has been oscillating between $40,000 and $39,000 for the past few hours. Now, if you guys also remembered last week, I told you guys to set a buy limit at $41,000 because since Bitcoin originally got to $45,000 and failed to break through it, chances are it was going to be heading back lower. Now that the market currently sits below $41,000, there is a chance that the market would continue to fall towards $35,000. So with Bitcoin now, if you intend to buy the dip for Bitcoin, you should consider doing so again at $35,000 because that is the level that Bitcoin could be falling towards. But we just have to wait and see what happens in the market. Now, after you've bought Bitcoin at $35,000, you should consider taking some profit at $41,000. So if Bitcoin heads back down towards $35,000, you should consider taking some profit at $41,000. Now, as you can see, for Ethereum, we currently sit at $2,700. As our last week, we're heading towards that level, and I told you guys to set some buy limit at $2,800. So if you actually were one of those people who actually bought the dip for $2,800, you're definitely currently in the market. However, if we continue to see Bitcoin head down towards $35,000, we could see Ethereum continue to head down towards $2,350. But at the moment, if Ethereum starts to recover, we could see Ethereum heading back towards the $3,100 level. So if you're considering taking some profit, you should consider taking some profit at $3,100 level. Now let's take a look at Cardano. This is one that I told you guys a few weeks ago that you should buy the dip at $1 and consider taking some profit at $1.48. Now, as you can see, we didn't quite get to $1.48, but however, we seem to have developed a new resistance at $1.20. So right now, with prices sitting at $1, it's a perfect spot for you to buy Cardano right now. After you've bought Cardano at $1, you should consider taking some profit at $1.20. And then, if the market continues to move higher, then you should take some more profit at $1.48. But for now, the best place for you to take some profit for Cardano right now would be at $1.20. So you should buy the dip right now at the perfect price of $1 and then take some profit at $1.20. But if the market continues to move lower, as in if Bitcoin continues to move towards $35,000, we could see Cardano revisiting the 85 cents area. So you should consider setting a buy limit at that level. Now let's take a look at XRP. XRP is one that I told you guys about, I think last week as well. I told you guys to set a buy limit at 75 cents, and if most of you did, you definitely would be into the market right now because the market actually fell towards 75 cents and then it started to recover. But however, it didn't get to our profit target of 87 cents. Instead, it only stopped at 85 cents. And then since Bitcoin started to come back down in price, XRP started to come down in price as well. But right now, it seems to be recovering and currently sitting at 78 cents. So right now, our profit target still remains of 87 cents. So there's really nothing much to do on XRP. If you actually bought the dip last week, you're definitely into the market right now. And all we just have to do is wait, and then when the market starts to recover, we could take some more profit at 87 cents. But if the market continues to fall, as in if Bitcoin continues to fall down in price, we could see XRP revisiting 60 cents. So if you want to buy some cheaper XRP, you should consider doing so at 60 cents. Now let's talk about Solana. Solana went as high as $122 last week. And I remember telling you guys that for those of us who didn't actually buy the dip for Solana at $90, it was basically giving us another opportunity to do so again, because last week it started coming back down in price, and then I told you guys to set a buy limit at $90. And as you can see, the market currently sits at that price. For those of us who right now who are currently in the market for Solana and have not bought the dip yet, you should consider doing so right now at present prices. And then when the market starts to recover, you should consider taking some profit at $122. But if Bitcoin continues to fall, our original target to buy the dip of $50 still remains. So if Bitcoin continues to fall towards $35,000 or lower, we would see Solana come back down towards $50. This is why I said that we should still keep our buy limit of $50 intact. So just because the market had not gotten there yet doesn't mean it won't still get there. And if Bitcoin continues to fall down towards $35,000 as it might do, we definitely could see a Solana at $50. Alright, so let's take a look at Matic. Matic is one that came all the way from $1.30 and went all the way to $2, as I said in my previous video that I covered Matic in. And then right now we seem to be sitting at $1.60. So with that being said, if Matic continues to fall in price, we could see it heading back down towards $1.30. So if you would like to buy the dip for Matic, $1.30 is a pretty good price to do so. But if the market continues to move up from here, $2 still remains a very good target to take some profit for Matic. So let's talk about BNB. Now last week I told you guys that you should consider buying BNB at $400. Now for those of you who did, I also told you guys to actually take some profit at $435. Now as you can see, the market actually did get to $400 and then moved up towards $435. But as soon as it got to $435, it came back down to $400 again. So right now I'm telling you guys again, buy the dip again for $400 and do the same thing of taking some profit again at $435. This was probably the easiest profit to make last week, because as soon as it hit $400, it immediately went up towards $435, and right now it's at $400 again. So chances are, once the market starts recovering, we could see BNB hitting $435 again, and it may also still do so quickly. So you want to buy the dip right now and then take some profit at $435. But if, for example, Bitcoin starts to fall down in price some more, we could see BNB revisiting $340. So it is very quite important that you set a buy limit at $340 so that you'll be able to capture more profit as soon as the market starts to move up in price. So that's it for this week's episode. I know we didn't really cover much in this episode, but that's because most of the plays that we covered last week are still in play, so it would have been redundant to just add them in this week's episode. So if you want to know what those plays are, definitely go check out last week's video. I'm going to have a link in the description to last week's episode, so you can definitely just check it out and see what plays I'm talking about and still be able to take advantage of the market as price falls lower. Now, if you do not understand anything I made reference to in this video, I'm going to also have a link in the description to show you guys how to trade the market so that you'll be able to capture the dip and take some profit as the market moves on in price. Now, if there's any cryptocurrency you would have loved me to cover that I didn't cover in last week's episode and also in this episode, definitely leave a comment in the comment section down below, as I will be taking a look at them and then they will be appearing in next week's episode. That's it for this week's episode, and if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and then don't forget to subscribe as well, and I will see you guys next week. Cheers.